Hello beautiful lady. Today we're going to be talking about how to get everything you want in your life. And don't worry, I'm not going to be sounding like a broken record and telling you the exact same thing everyone else is. However, those principles and those things do work, and I have had so many life examples that continue to show up in my life and just bring amazing opportunities and things. And it's really creepy. A lot of the times the things that I wanted actually come true, and sometimes I don't even realize it until much later. And we just welcomed the new year. I want all of you to be on the right track to being the best possible female that you can possibly ever be, and part of that is really having a fulfilling life filled with anything you want. And I'm here to tell you that literally anything you want you can have. I am not the type of person that likes to live my life with limiting beliefs, limiting goals, limiting opportunities, and I hate the idea and the notion that we just have to basically accept life as it is and kind of roll with it. I am a 100% believer in that you can actually and literally have anything that you want in your life. And as soon as I started believing that, I literally went from knowing nothing to basically creating the life that I want to live, and I only see it growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'll tell you more about that and actionable steps and principles that you can use to implement it. I'm going to be sharing some of my tools that I use and that I practice every single day, and when I practice them more and more things actually appear into my life. So basically we're going to be talking about the law of attraction, and specifically what I do and the ways that I practice it and the amazing things that it has brought into my life. Honestly, if you are not using this, if you are not practicing these types of mindsets, then you are definitely limiting yourself. You're kind of flowing by with life, and I'm not here to preach anything specific, right? You can call it law of attraction, you can call it universe, you can call it God, you can call it whatever you want. Basically, it's a mindset, and it's a kind of a law, okay? If it works in a certain way, whether you believe it or not. And there are so many sources that talk about this. There are movies, there are books, there are people that their literally life goal and job is to just talk about this topic and hold conferences, and I'll link a few of them down below, the ones that I really closely follow. Maybe you'll find interest in them. But honestly, this is the number one thing. I learned about this maybe about 3 years ago. The biggest thing that kind of attracted me to this is the fact that I looked at all the people that were practicing and actually believed in this law, and they were all very successful, very wealthy, very well-known people that change lives, change the world, and I want to be part of that demographic, okay? Maybe not top of the top, but I'm definitely trying to strive for an ambitious life. And to me, if all of these celebrities, if all these wealthy people, if all these people of achievement were able to get to the level based on this principle, and they heavily believe it, who am I to not look into it, to not try it out? Because that's a loss, right? That's a loss for me. And you might have heard of this by the book The Secret. That's the book and the movie. And actually my own mother introduced The Secret to me, the movie, when I was in 7th grade. So she was actually my first exposure to this, and I thought it was great. I didn't actually practice anything. I'm always a person of positivity and having positive emotions and looking on the bright side of things, but I didn't really know that actually implementing this could have crazy results. I'm gonna give you a few examples, and these are really cool. I mean, it brought me more money, it brought me more job opportunities. I used to be a model, so I got more modeling jobs, I got travel opportunities, literally crazy things. Here's one story, right? I really wanted this one job. It was a well-paying job. It was like a high caliber, and it was very great with a great brand, and I really wanted it. And I got the job for the one time, so I was hoping to get it again the second time, and I went to the audition and I didn't get cast. And then I was bummed out, and then instead I was cast for a different job at a different day, and that actually led to international travel opportunities for that. And to me, that was mind-blowing, because at that point I haven't really traveled too much, and I really was wanting to leave the country and have new experiences. And literally maybe less than a week from practicing law of attraction, everything started to come. I wanted more income, that came literally 2 days after kind of thinking positively about this. I wanted more modeling gigs, those came. I wanted more travel opportunities, those came. And it's crazy because at that point I would just think of something and I would say, I really want this in my life, and it would be showing up. I was in a very kind of open-minded state of my life, and I think that's why things came that much easier to me, because it doesn't always work like that. It's not always you call for something and it happens. You really have to be in the right state of mind, and I'll share with you exactly what I do to put myself in that right state of mind. But basically what this all stems from, law of attraction, it's just basic physics, right? If you want more clarity, you can check out the links below. I'm not going to explain all the science and things, but I'm just telling you it works. And you really, if you put yourself into the right mindset, you will have amazing things show up in your life. It's basically your thoughts are a certain frequency, and just like radios, cell phones, cell towers, it all emits a certain frequency, and whatever frequency that is what you are emitting out of yourself, every single thought you think. And that is exactly why I'm very mindful of my thoughts, and I control my negative thoughts. I put them to the side and I focus on the good. It really helps you also deal with negative situations very, very well. But anyways, you are emitting that frequency and you're getting that back. So if you want something, whether it's money, relationships, better connections, and you're emitting a frequency of sadness or sorrow or lack, that you don't have this and it's making you sad, then in turn what you're going to get back is more of that. Law of attraction, it doesn't hear the word no. So if you say, I don't want this, I don't want that, it's not going to hear the no, and it's going to bring you that negativity back at you. You have to think of it from a positive way. You have to think of it as hopeful and as being grateful, and gratitude is such a big thing. Feeling grateful for things, and again, I'm really not trying to make this sound cliche, but the reason it is sounding so cliche is because it is so simple and so common, and if you really implement these simple steps, you will see results, and it's insane. If you're grateful for anything, whatever happened to you, you get that feeling, okay? I'm not trying to say like force yourself to be, but you've all had that moment where you're, wow, like I appreciate this, or someone let you skip in line of them in front of the cash register. It could be something as simple as that, and that just gives you a little like, huh, you know, it gives you that type of feeling. And if you have enough of those, your just soul, your heart, you just feel good. And when you're in that good feeling state, that's when good things start to happen. My favorite person to listen to Law of Attraction is Abraham Hicks. I'll link her work down below. And basically what she says is that you just have to feel good about one subject. It doesn't have to be anything. It could be anything you want it to be. It could be over your fluffy, cute cat, over your animal. And as long as you feel happy about that, and you can negate anything else that's negative in your life, good things will start coming to you, because the world already knows what you want deep down inside. So how do I get myself in that positive mindset? Whenever I do these steps, I see tremendous changes in my life. I see amazing things. When I forget to do them, when I'm on the track of it, I don't purposely forget. But when I don't do them, sometimes, you know, you fall out of things and that's not necessarily good. But when I don't do them, it's almost like, if you don't do it for a while, you don't know what's missing. But then as soon as you start doing these things, like everything shows up. And I mean, it's crazy. The amount of things I've manifested. It's like the people in your life, the business opportunities, very specific things. Like one time I was just messing around. I'm like, you know what? I want to manifest a fox or an orange crystal. It'd be really specific things, and it would be so random, and these things would just appear. It's kind of like a fun game that you can play. But if you do that with little things, but just big things like business opportunities, networking opportunities, job opportunities, the people you meet, it's just crazy things that I want, and I write them down and they happen. And I wanted to bring you to the next point, is this journal I have. It's not really a journal about my daily day, because if you do that, then you're accepting your current reality. I don't like to look at my current reality as it is what it is, right? I look at it as it's already in the past, okay? If something bad is happening, I can't dwell on it. I don't like to think about it. I just move to the future. What do I want in the future? And I'm grateful for everything that's in my life. What I write to it is every day I basically write my goals. I write from them in the present tense, like I am doing this. I am so happy and grateful that X, Y, and Z. And I also write my life how I want it in present tense. So for example, like I'm so grateful for you know, accomplishing this business milestone of making X amount of money in this month and living in this place and exploring these parts and able to do this, able to do this for my family. I have amazing friends. And you just have to feel it as you write it as well. You can't just be putting things, but do it enough so you are actually convinced. And that's a really, really good thing. So this is the one thing I do every single day, is I write in this journal or on a piece of paper, anything, but just writing it out really helps. I also meditate every single day, whether it's to calming music on YouTube. You can just put in meditation music, and I just kind of, in that time, I imagine my life how I want it to be, all of the things I accomplish in present tense. And then at the same time, I do meditations where I am just literally just me, myself, in quietness, and I'm just breathing and trying to just let my thoughts calm down, and I just kind of relax, and that really helps as well. And that's how you actually get a lot of new really great ideas. Another thing I like to do is really listen to Abraham Hicks, and I'll link some of her things down below, but they really put you in a good mood. She really talks about how to use the law of attraction, and in any life situation, if you literally type in Abraham Hicks and then any life topic, then it will show up, and she really shows you how to deal with these ways in a really positive way with any life situation, and it just puts you in a way better mindset. She also goes on these rampages where she talks about certain things in a very, very positive way, and it just brings a lot of good energy to you. So I do those things every single day, and that's aside from everything else. I also like to educate myself, but that's a topic for another video. I of course read, listen to audiobooks, listen to podcasts, educate myself on the business topics that I'm in, all of the above. If you want more videos, and I do post videos at least 3 times a week on this channel, so subscribe down below and like this video for more of that type of content. But anything, all of that together just really puts me in a good mood. And when I do focus directly on the things I want, and I think them from a grateful, positive perspective, things do show up in your life, okay? And I don't want to be cliche. I don't want it to be one of those like common law of attraction videos where everybody talks about the exact same thing. But if you do want things in your life, you have to focus on them. You can't just float through life. That is one of the biggest mistakes you can make, is just assuming that life is supposed to be the way you were taught it to be, the way you were taught in schools, anything, because it's not how it is. The biggest thing that I attracted into my life was where I am right now, and that's going from somewhere where I thought I had to do a specific thing. In my case, it was I had to go to school, I had to get a job, and that all the successful people that get to travel for fun all the time, that run their own businesses, that live in these luxurious houses and do all these cool things, that's just by connection, and it's not something that they achieve themselves, and it's money that was inherited. Like, that was actually my belief. And then when I realized, like, I put my mind aside, and it's the way of thinking, it's not even just this law, it's the way of thinking. When you break out from that and realize there's so much more for you, and that you can literally have anything you want. You can be at whatever level you want. You can be with whatever dream person you want to be. You can live in the house you want, drive the car you can have it all. You just have to break out from that mentality. Once you realize that and you actually implement it and start setting goals for yourself, you will get there. As they say, you can't hit a target that you cannot see. And that is why I find so much value in actually writing down my goals and visualizing them. I'm going to make an updated dream board tomorrow, and my phone saver is my goals, because I want to see them frequently. I want to think about them in a positive way, and that's exactly what you should be doing. Don't be moping around that you don't have something, or it's not happening as fast as you can, because the important thing is not knowing how to achieve it, just feeling good about knowing that it's going to happen, right? So if you have a certain goal, don't worry about how you're going to get there. Actually, don't worry at all, but just set the goal and take action the best way you know how, in a joyful, happy state, and life will figure out the rest for you. And you have no idea how many times that was the case. It's like, even looking now at all my businesses and everything, I remember sitting down and being like, it's like, I don't even know that I'm capable of doing this. I didn't even know that that option was open to me, and now I'm fully submerged in it. So it literally starts from 0 to I don't know what I'm doing, to now I'm living the life that I wanted to live, and you can do that as well. So I hope that this was helpful, and I'll see you in my next video.